What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with another piece from the My Boss, My Hero soundtrack. And I am so immensely excited. I'm about to finish the Antiquarian Bookshop Biblia's Case Files show right after I shoot this, which is to say after this I'm going to shoot a back-to-back 2 episodes and finish it off, and at that point we'll be on to My Boss, My Hero, though we're not going to watch this. That is to say, this is the My Boss, My Hero box set from DVD Version, a company that I've talked about before, a Malaysian company. Now this is from 2006. They did not make great subtitles back then, or they made very inconsistent subtitles often, and it almost feels like scandalous. Some of the DVD sets, the first episode, great subtitles. Everyone after that, mediocre, dubious. And I felt like, oh, so you got someone who actually could do translations for the first episode, and you farmed out the rest to, people who, obviously, and I think someone mentioned it online. I think some of the issues with the early ones is they were, Chinese employees who were translating the Japanese kanji to Chinese and then translating the Chinese meanings of those same characters, which are often different from the renderings as kanji in Japanese, into English. So you get really weird, inexplicable translations sometimes. Again, as I mentioned, never enough to really problematize figuring out what's happening in the show, but just enough to make you go wait, what did he say? I think that's a mistake. But I do have a fan sub of My Boss, My Hero that I ended up, it was the version I watched all those years ago. Then later I got this because I didn't have the fan sub, but then an old friend of mine sent me the fan sub. So we have not only much better translations for all the actual spoken lines, but explanatory footnotes here and there, just giving you a bit of context, which I've tried to do in my watch-alongs, but in this case, there'll be a lot of that done for me. In any case, because I'm about to start My Boss, My Hero, surely within a few days of finishing Antiquarian Bookshop Biblia, we're going to listen to another tune from the score. We're going to listen to the final track on my soundtrack here, which again is also from 2006, Takami, the composer. And it's the titles are written in a mixture of English and Japanese. This one is written in 2 kanji, and then it says the piano version. I put the 2 kanji into Google Translate and it says spaceship. Now I want to assure you, there's no aliens or spaceships in the show, so I feel like it's probably conceptual, either that or there's subtleties in the kanji that are not found in the translation, and so maybe it doesn't quite mean that. But yeah, either way, I did also want to mention, I reacted to Theme of Hero, the guitar version, and I was like, oh, well, Theme of Boss, it's a similar tune. No, there's actually a regular Theme of Hero on the soundtrack. That's not, we're going to react to it eventually. But there's also a Theme of Boss, and the fast, kind of energetic tune I was thinking of is Theme of Boss. So the regular version of Theme of Hero, it'll sound something like the guitar version that we heard, presumably maybe a bit fuller of a tune, less acoustic. But I actually don't remember exactly how it plays out, so I'll look forward to that. And indeed, the show, it's the first J-genre I've watched. I have seen it multiple times, but not for years, so I'm really excited for the watch-along. Let's listen to the piano version of what I think translates to spaceship. Again, this is Takami from the 2006 soundtrack for My Boss, My Hero. It's Sorafune, but the piano version. Is that what spaceship, that's how you say it, maybe? Excuse me. Yeah, number one, beautiful. Number two, I should have realized even earlier, but at some point it hit me. Wait, this is the melody from Sorafune. I can hear like the vocals obviously slowed down and here in a more fragile, vulnerable rendering. Which again, I'm so looking forward to this watch along. But so now I'm assuming Sorafune means spaceship. I'm going to type it into Google Translate because again, Romaji, like if you know the way that a word is spelled in Romaji, unfortunately my internet is closed, so it may take a second here. Presumably not too long. The old computer, yeah, it's not too bad, I guess. Wait, no. It is bad. It is old. Never mind. I shout it down. But in the meantime, I suppose I'll talk about the tune. Obviously, there's sweet emotion there. There's a tenderness, but also, maybe more powerful emotions like being resolute. It definitely feels like there's someone's soul like being played out by the sonics of the tune. Is it okay? We are ready to go here. Let me. Oh, sometimes things are just too funny. Okay. For real now. Sorafune. It means spaceship. Well, there you go. You learn something new every day. I've known that song. I've known the name of the song since I saw this show nearly 20 years ago. I never knew that's what it meant. Because again, it's not like a sci-fi show. There's no spaceships. There's no aliens. So I never realized. But again, it's a Tokio song. So it could be that they chose a Tokio song already existing because Nagase Tomoya was going to be the main character. It might not have been composed for the song itself, though the fact that there's a piano version on the soundtrack makes me think it probably was. In any case, as these things percolate through my brain, I'll just say I think it's a really beautiful tune, and the moment I realized it was Sorafune, the elegance of it seemed to up because it was like, I could hear it in that, kind of J-rock, and that's, a lot of J-rock is a bit more poppy. Tokyo, they have a bit more of a, not heavy rock sound, but certainly a, more guitar-based rock sound than some other J-drama groups where you hear synths and keyboards much more. So, it's a cool thing that I realized during the reaction it was Sorafune, and now we know what it means. So, in any case, I'm off to shoot the 2 episodes of Antiquarian Bookshop Biblia's Case Files and then get on to this. Let me know what you think of the track. I will see you next time. Peace.